What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. And in today's video I'm going to be doing another book review. I know I said I was going to do K-dramas, just give me a moment so I can go back to rewatching K-dramas, then I'll make videos on them. It's just right now I haven't watched literally anything, so there's nothing I have to talk about, and most of the dramas that came out I have no interest in, so I'm not gonna watch them, and I don't want to give you guys opinions on dramas I haven't watched. So today's video, the book I'm going to be reviewing is from BookTok again, and the book is called Craved by Lust, a supernatural black woman, white man, dark college romance, and it's the first book in the Sinful Seven series. Will I be continuing with this series after reading this book? I'll let y'all know at the end. I decided to structure my videos a bit more so I'm not sitting around just rambling and getting absolutely nowhere with my points. So I decided to do breakdowns. So first I'll be doing the synopsis versus the actual plot, and then character breakdowns, my overall thoughts, my final review. And that's how I'll be breaking down my reviews from now on. The synopsis on Kindle goes as follows. A wolf in sheep's clothing? No. I'm something far more insidious. A spider weaving a web for its prey, and when she's finally caught and realizes what she's entangled herself with, her tears of disbelief will do nothing but fuel my desire. The cost? Her innocence, her freedom, her will? It doesn't matter. Frank Mecci. I'm used to whispers and side remarks. Cross-dressing freak. Yeah, I'll be that. Their opinions mean nothing. They call me gay or bi. They have no idea I can call a different woman every day of the year at different hours, and I still wouldn't get through my roster. That's what 11 inches of a Prince Albert and a bank account that could buy their pathetic lives gets you. So let them talk. But when I met Jessica Hertz, tall, sweet, disgustingly adorable, and the only girl on our college football team, I knew she was special. And from our first meeting, I wanted her by any means necessary. Usually, I take what I want, but with her, I have to move differently. Even if I have to play the sweet, unassuming, and innocent best friend to her because she has to put up with mockery herself and foolishly thought we were the same. Say no more. So I see here it says book 1, Craved by Lust, book 2, Bound by Lust, book 3, Marked by Lust. Yo, she is giving herself work to do this Lust series. I mean, the Sinful Seven series. Reading the synopsis and looking back at the actual plot of the book, like the way the synopsis sounds kind of interesting, but then when I went to read the book, I should have known when it said cross-dressing. I should have known, like, this is not your speed, Selena. But I'm like, yo, like, they were reading it on TikTok and I ain't got nothing to do, so why not read it? Like, you know, I love to read. I'm like, oh, supernatural, okay, I love supernatural stuff. Like, I don't know what I was expecting, but this was not it. One, so the supernatural stuff did not come into play until the end of the book. That is some bullshit. I know she had to do that because she was setting up for the other books, but honestly, that if I was only reading for supernatural only, I would have dropped the book from the beginning, because you're sitting around waiting. Like, every time I was reading the chapter, I'm like, okay, so when does the supernatural stuff come into play? Nope. He started having nosebleeds. I'm like, is he turning into a werewolf? Nope. That's not what's happening. I'm like, what is going on with this man? But we don't get what's happening until the end of the book, and then it was some bullshit. I don't know if I should spoil it or not in this review, but I'm just gonna say it was some bullshit. But the funny thing is, like, I'm getting ahead of myself again. I will come back to this thought. So character breakdowns. We have Jessica and Mark, who are the main characters. So for Jessica breakdown, she's a black girl who loves football. She loves football so much that she decides to go pro with it. So she goes to her college and she joins the all boys football team. When I was reading this, I had to do research. I was like, wait, there's no girls football teams? Why is she on the males football team? Like, that shit, honestly, for me, it's sport. Just go join the girls and be the best in the girls. Why you gotta? I just find her like trying so hard to put herself into a male's sport. Just dumb. Like, just go play with females. But I don't know, because I don't think they have proper female football teams. Because when she was talking about it, she's like, oh, the female football teams is like flag football. So I guess she don't want to do that. She wanted to do real football. And I don't know, in this universe of hers, or if it doesn't exist in real life, actual female football teams, proper ones. And then I was researching, I'm like, is there a co-ed football teams? And there are, but I don't know why she didn't go to a school with a co-ed team. But yeah, so she is the only girl football player. So she decides at this school she's going to be super focused on her sport. So she doesn't really like do a lot of socializing at school. She's just about her going to her classes, doing her sports, and then going home. But she does have a boyfriend. We start off the book with her having a boyfriend. And not only is she super into like football, but she's like a K-pop fan. She loves anime. So that's the other thing she's into. So she always feels like she's kind of like an odd man out based off of what she's into. But she has friends from her old schools who are into like K-pop. But then in the book later on, we see she's in the anime club. But she wasn't really friends with the people in her anime club. Which I'm like, so why did you join it? I honestly, oh my god. Yeah, and again, she's in the football team, so she feels super discriminated against, because not only does she have to take a lot of flack from the boys on the football team who low-key have a crush on her, which is dumb, because why does it always have to come down to that? Why couldn't they just... And it's always the boys she thinks are making fun of her and her friend have a crush on her, like, whatever. And then, because she's on the football team, there's a lot of rumors, negative rumors about her around the school, so she doesn't really have that many friends. Like, she has no other friends at the school other than the one guy who's on her football team, and then the two people from her anime club. And then Mark, his character is, he is this super hot guy, but he likes to cross dress as a girl. He doesn't, I can't even say he likes it, because he says he doesn't like it, but he does it. I don't know why you do stuff you don't like. But anyways, so he cross-dresses as a girl, and that's how Jessica meets him. His character is the most... I found it hard to believe, because you're telling me this cross-dresser, just because he got a big peen, and 99% of the girls in the school have touched it, he's super popular with the females, and the guys don't like him because he smashed their girlfriends and their sisters and their moms. I'm just like, huh? Okay, so the girls in this universe, super weirdos. Super weird. Like, they're all into a niche kink, which is crazy. I don't even know what to say. But yeah, so he cross-dresses a girl. That's how Jessica meets him, and he decides to get closer to Jessica by continuing to cross-dress as a girl, which kind of threw me off, and I couldn't really get into liking his character, because for 90% of the book he was cross-dressing. The only times he was dressed like a boy was like a few times when they were in the house, and like one time, like, yeah, he cross-dressed a lot. I was just like, but it was in the description, it was in the synopsis, so I can't even be shocked that it happened in the book, because that's what the synopsis said. He's a cross-dresser. And then he tells us he doesn't even like to cross-dress. The reason why he cross-dresses is because he doesn't like men. I'm like, huh? Bro, what? He's a sex worker, and he gets paid, and the girls who pay him are all into freaking this weird shit. Cross-dressing men. And like, I think one of them had like a mommy king. And for me, I don't know, like, I don't know, because I'm not into cross-dressers. So it was hard for me to take him seriously a lot of the times when she was describing, oh, he's so hot, blah, 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 but he's in a dress. Like, I'm like, okay, if you like it, I love it. For you. Oh, another thing about Mark, he's super possessive, a bit controlling, and super dedicated to Jessica. One of the reasons why I was able to finish this book is because I personally liked the way Mark treated Jessica. I felt like he treated her with some form of respect, and although he didn't really like football or whatever, like, he would try to fit what she likes, and I like that. That's what I'm into. I'm not even gonna lie, like, I like guys who are super into their girls and will like do anything for them and do not degrade them, like the other books which I dropped where the urban romance where that I was reading, where this man was calling the girl bitch and like all this. He likes her, but like he's degrading her. That I don't like that. I just can't get into that. Like, I like princess treatment type of male characters. They can be serial killers for all I care, as long as they treat the female lead great. I'm into it. Those are the character breakdowns, and let's get into what I was feeling as I was reading this book and my overall thought. First and foremost, the book had way too many pop culture references. Like, every other chapter, not even every other chapter, every other page was like a reference to some type of something that it's like, I don't want to read this in a book. I don't want to see this. I wasn't expecting it. And then like she had like memes and stuff in the book, and I was like, ooh, no. Another two, the supernatural aspect of the book took way too long to come up. If I was going into the book specifically for the supernatural genre, that's if that was my niche, and I picked up this book because it said supernatural, and I went into it and I'm reading and the supernatural is not coming, I would have been very upset, and I would have probably dropped the book on all the way at the end. Although like the way it came in was so good, I feel like that ending is what made me give it an extra star. That ending probably would have made me read the next book, but like honestly, I didn't care for the characters that much, and I didn't really care for the next book. You know, I can't even say that because I'm kind of interested, but at the same time I'm not interested. Like, I'm on the fence. Like, I kind of want to see how she's gonna react to what he is in. But yeah, the supernatural took way too long to come in. Another thing was like, I felt like some stuff, the book went into too much description of random things, like how good ice cream was or something was one of the things, and then like super into detail over his cross-dressing outfits, and I'm like, I get it. Okay, let's move on. Next. Also, one of the parts I was like, is in the book, she called her white boyfriend a nigga. I was like, what? I get that it's part of her vocabulary, and sometimes even I say it when I'm describing people in like K-dramas and stuff. When I'm doing K-dramas reviews, I do end up saying it, but like I do not say that word towards someone who's not black about them in their face. That I just did not get that. I was like, I know I didn't really like the book because I was constantly checking my progression as I was reading the book. Like, am I almost done? And the pacing at the beginning of the book was super slow, and that almost made me drop it because I didn't care. Them getting to a relationship was slow but fast at the same time. It was too slow because at the end of the book they ended up breaking up, but it was also fast because they got together pretty quick. But then again, right when they cement it, few chapters later, they're broken up at the end of the book, and I was like, oh, because they did not get into a relationship until halfway into the book, I'm pretty sure. Yep, if I remember correctly, it was when they were, and they got into a relationship when they were under the influence. That was horrible. Okay, I know I look crazy, but I just had to also add in a few things that I had issues with, or what I thought while I was reading the book. One, I didn't like how promiscuous the male lead was, but again, it is lust, so I guess we had to deal with that. But I didn't like the fact that after he met Jessica and he was talking about how much he likes her or whatever, like I could excuse the day after he went on to his little whatchamacallit. He went to his appointment because that was his job or whatever, his little escort job, and did whatever he had to do. I could excuse that. But what I couldn't excuse is when he got head from the teacher right after dropping her from class, and then he got a teacher that kind of looks like her. I was like, now, sir, why would you do that? I did not like some of the sexual content, especially when it was like she just came from sweating. This is just a me thing, and I just find that gross. And then him like masturbating over her underwear, and like it was just disgusting. I'm not gonna lie, those parts made me almost drop the book because ew. I had a hard time imagining Jessica's body because like as much as she tried to describe it, all I could see was like a linebacker with the face of the girl on the cover. That's all I could see. No matter how she tried to describe it, that's all I could see. Like, I don't know. I think her being a footballer just threw me off because they have to have a certain body shape for her to be actually proper at it, right? So that's all I am imagining that she looks like. But yeah, that's all my thoughts. One of the things I said was like the illustrations of the characters I didn't mind. Like, ooh, I was like, okay, like he's actually pretty fine, but the guy Frank, his little picture, it was giving me Love in Deep Space. I don't know if y'all know it, but it's all over TikTok. The atomic game Love in Deep Space, that's what he gives for sure. Yeah, those were my thoughts as I was reading the book. Overall, I gave this book a 2 out of 5. Would I read the book again? Maybe. If I'm super bored and I'm like, I don't have anything to read, nothing interests me, or like maybe if I give it a second chance, already knowing what I'm getting into, I might like it more, maybe, I don't know. And then I could see if I want to read the next book and the book after that, because I kind of want to know how he's gonna handle this breakup and get her back. I want to know a little bit. Like, I'm here for him a little bit, like, you know. But if I have nothing to read and that book comes out, I'm gonna read it. I could possibly read it. Like, it wasn't so horrible that I want to burn my eyes out and never see it again, but it wasn't that great. Oh yeah, my overall thoughts on the book was that this book was written by a person who is into who is a Gojo stan. If you know, where's Gojo from? If you know Jujutsu Kaisen, this book was written by a Gojo stan who's a K-pop fan, who's super into anime, and also likes cross-dressing men. And that is their fantasy. They took it and they put it into a book. And then add supernatural. That's my thoughts. But I mean, yeah, like it's super. That's pretty much what it is. It's somebody's weird wet dream that they put into a book. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next review. Bye.